Hello, welcome back to another episode for Tyranny. It looks like we have a few disfavored going after a merchant. If you remember during my conquest, I had our armies go after merchants rather than the peasantry. If you notice a trend in what I've done with my character, he goes after the nobility and the merchant class. He's not really about cursing or punishing the peasantry. He came from that type of lifestyle. Let's go over here. Take what you can carry, but leave the cart. Otherwise, we seize you and your wares. Hell, Fatebinder. The disfavored scout nods at your approach. Camp's on up ahead. Don't mind us, just clearing out the rabble. I still don't understand what I've done to offend. I respect that these are now disfavored lands, and I'm happy to give the Legion a proper toll, but she's going on about trading rights. I'm not allowed to trade one thing for another. It's not like I'm selling weapons to angry peasants or anything of the sort. It's really none of my concern. Right you are. We'll take care of this vulture. Alright, have fun. I did make a choice and I'm gonna stick to it right now. I've got to do that. It's over here. Oh, okay. That's if I want to move away. Alright. Well, I don't really want to do that. Yeah. I'm where I want to be right now.
Will do.
Here's the camp. We found it. Slow down a moment. I know we're both eager to watch the Archons bicker over tactics like a pair of magpies, but I need to ask you something first. What's that? The voices of Narod told me that you've come as a mediator. Considering the source, well, I can't help but feel I'm only hearing half the story. So let's have it out. What's so special about you? I'm here to deliver an edict from Kyros. That makes a crazy kind of sense considering how long the siege has taxed the armies. I can understand why Kyros would send you with an edict to speed things along. Have you read it? Do you know what it says? The Archons must claim Ascension Hall by Kyros' Day of Swords, or all will perish. One more thing for the Archons to find over. Well, thanks for cluing me in. If Kyros sends any lightning our way, just tell me when to duck. Alright. I really ought to be meeting with the Archons. The war tent is just past the center of camp. One last thing, be careful. Okay, well, I know about that. They're my people. They're, well, not my people, but my, I don't know, army. Well, look at you. Our gate crasher from the court is still in one piece. The guard pounds his chest plate in salute. Welcome to this favored camp. Always happy to have an honored ally pays a visit. Graven Ash protects. That he does, the warrior nods in approval, then taps twice on the gate to signal your arrival. Be well, Fatebinder. Glory to Kyros. Now they let me in. How about that? Who are you? How do you, guardian of the law? The man dressed in merchant finery greets you with a smile. If you have a few excess rings weighing you down, best unbutton yourself before battle. You know that if the disfavored suffered a merchant in their camp, that must be a man selling only the finest provisions and armaments. He points to his collection of shields, rations, satchels, wineskins, and other sundries. Take a look and see if something interests you. You don't see many merchants here. I try not to congratulate myself on my good fortune, since it's by the wisdom and mercy of Tunon that I make a profit. Perhaps we're not so different in that respect. Wink. Alright, Pentabor, calm down. If I wasn't following the rear guard peddling my wares, my niece Rona and I no doubt be caretakers of a pitiful market stall, or would no doubt, rather, shouting above the rabble to make yourselves known to the lords and ladies of the bastard city. How did you come to work with the disfavored? Hard-working good suppliers. When Tunon's men came to my village, all the merchants were given different lists of what they were or weren't permitted to trade. In Kyros' wisdom, my record must have been a good one, because I was given the right to trade in all manner of goods. Ah, okay. What do you even have? What do you have? Well, I do like bronze. Do I have bronze? I do. Pretty good. Do you have a bronze shield? Not from what I can tell. A sigil of frost, okay. That's how I can make a spell. Here's a potion. Do I want anything? Not really. I feel like I'm okay at the moment. Maybe in the future. Barrick. Hello, Barrick. Okay, he's looking at me. Oh, don't mind if I do. Hey, look. They're my legion. I'll do what I want. Isotonus curses the air as a blade of thin iron breaks in half beneath his hammer. Repairing weapons with scrap isn't exactly why I got into this craft, but our supplies are spent. He wipes the sweat from his brow and gets a better look at you. Why not forge bronze? Bronze will do in a pinch, don't get me wrong. It can take a beating and get bent back into shape, unlike the stubborn iron we have here. He glances at a pile of his work with dread, and we always have plenty of tin and copper lying around, so supplies aren't a problem. It's a rare smith who can churn out military-grade bronze consistently. More often than not, it comes out soft. Look around camp, we're garbing the Legion head to toe in iron because it's cheaper and easier to produce for the masses. Couldn't do that with bronze. They call it the disfavored Iron Legion for a reason. Strategy and skill may be our backbone, but our claws are made of iron. The good stuff that comes from the Smiths and Lethian's Crossing. You mentioned an iron shortage. I'm afraid so. The last shipment sent down to Matani went missing near Echo Call Crossing, and I'm afraid we won't be seeing any more now that the valley is sealed. Forge-bound iron is Tunan's responsibility. Why is it? Oh dear. Keep your voice down! Isotonus flinches and lowers his own. Graven Ash doesn't want to cause a panic or pass any information to the Vendrian Guard. Best case scenario, the iron tumbled off a boat and is rusting on the riverbed. Worst case, it ends up in enemy hands. If I find myself in Echo Call, I can keep an eye out. I appreciate that. Yeah, sure, no problem. You can trust me. I knew that Tunan wouldn't dispatch you without good reason. The court isn't exactly known for gambling when the stakes are high. Sure. Good to know. We have a new quest. What's over here? A crate. I'll have a look. Cheese and mead. Ah! The essential parts of my diet. Alright, let's keep on moving. You can't talk to Barrick. There's a nice prison.
Sorry, can't.
You're okay.
What do we have here?
We'll go there in a moment. Hold on. Bitter quip. Glory to the voices of Narat! Projecting his salutation for all to hear, the grinning blood chanter raps his staff against the ground as you approach. Fatebinder, Tykus, I presume! His smile quickly retreats, giving way to a sour scowl. I am Bitter Quip, and I'm here as an emissary of the Scarlet Chorus! Bitter Quip looks at you impatiently. Okay, what can you tell me about them? Their course is the future of the tiers. I feel only derision and pity for those who fear our inevitable ascension. Bitterquip looks at you with a raised eyebrow. What in particular would you like to know? Well, that's really it. Bye. Okay, let's keep on looking. Oh, hello. What do we have over here? That looks pretty good. Light armor. I could give that to her. Not a bad idea. We'll keep on looking around for now. Who knows what I might find. There's a boar. Ah, I like that. I can open that. Fruit and cheese. I'll be taking that too. Not trying to be rude or terrible, but I could use any help I can get. And over here, water. My resolve will go up. Yeah, I do feel pretty resolved whenever I drink water. Not a huge camp, but I do enjoy that it is a camp. One that I can believe. You know, like in some representations in games, you'll have like a tiny village and you're like, come on now, it should be bigger. There we are. More mead. Lucia. I am Lucia. This is Marcus. The disfavored soldier points to the armored man next to her. And you must be the Fatebinder. Oh, yeah? Assigned to your hospitality, Marcus quickly interjects. While you remain on disfavored ground, if you should need a place of rest, we can make the necessary preparations. What can we do for you? Do you always stand at ease in the presence of a higher officer? No, sir. Marcus straightens his back in short order and regards you with trepidation. Lucia also adjusts her posture, if slower than her companion. I wasn't briefed on a chain of command. Do we report to the Fatebinder now? I heard Iron Marshal say that Tunan's agents can intercede if there's a dispute. That sounds pretty authoritative to me. I'm not so proud that I won't strike a pose, if only to keep up appearances. That hardly satisfies my question, so I take it the answer is kind of. So be it. Hell, Fatebinder. Some training. Of course, Fatebinder. I can train. Alright. Interesting. It's kind of cheap. I can do that. I mean, that'll do. I could train her. Not too bad. She's not really into any of that, though. So you can learn skills from other characters. I gotcha. Yeah, it's me again. Marcus, tell me about yourself. Not sure there's much to tell you. I trained at Fort Resolution. This is my first campaign, and I'm proud to be with the Legion. I was wounded at the Gates of Judgment, but Graven Ash's protection mended me good. I owe my life to him. Are you bragging that you let your guard down and took a spear to the gut? You really shouldn't boast about a filthy tearsman besting you in battle. I'm just bitter that Lord Ash never seems to notice you. I would take that spear again if it brought honor to the disfavored. Kyros knows we could use it. We are the elite fighters of the Northern Army, but somehow we still lack the Overlord's confidence. Oh. Alright, every battle is a reminder of the Legion's superiority. The Oathbreakers have plenty of heart, but nothing to beat our Northern values and Graven Ash's love. If you ever want to enjoy that feeling, I can spare you the time of day to cross iron. Lucia, tell me about yourself. I do this. She lifts up her heavy shield, and I do this. She mockingly stabs at the air with her spear. I like her. Ignore my sarcasm. I've seen the Legion through my share of the campaign. After so much bloodshed, our pretenses of honor can wear me down. She turns a cautious eye your way. The North is my home, and I consider each and every one of the ironclad bastards in this camp to be family. You won't find another army where each member of the phalanx is as beloved and cherished as the next. Lovely. Alright, what can you train me in? Throwing weapons. Alright, okay. I dig it. Not as cheap. I'm not going to do it. But pretty cool. Good to know. You seem handy with a weapon. Favor 1 eye, and if you ever want some pointers on how to use that weapon of yours, just let me know. She winks. Lucy, are you flirting with Tunon's Fatebinder? Relax, Marcus. There are plenty of camp slaves if I ever need to scratch an itch. Although, through the visors of her helm, you notice Lucia's eyes roving up and down your body. If you ever need someone to warm your bedroll, let me know. I sleep in my armor. Hope you don't mind. Alright. And over here, what's it like serving with a disfavored? In spite of her name, the Legion commands more honor than any military on the face of Tyranny. Unlike the Corps, there is tradition, discipline, teamwork, and unity of purpose. Marcus looks out across the camp. There aren't many of us, but it's better that way. We're a tightly knit family bound together by trust and glory. Accurate enough, Lucia shrugs. After seeing the disunity and bickering of the younger realm defenders, I feel lucky to be in the most agreeable Legion of Kyros host, even if we're not always the most efficient. Why are they disfavored? Oh, I need more reputation. I'm afraid that isn't for me to say. Others around camp might be able to tell you more. Huh. Alright. Well, we know a lot more now about them. That's good to know. Oh, hold on. It's over here. Whetstone. Alright. I'll take all that.
Can't.
Let's go in. We've got to find out more today. Yesterday, you chided me for wishing to wait. Now you suggest an even longer delay? Perhaps the voices in your skull ought to come to a consensus if you wish to be taken seriously.
That's 4 reports of avalanches in the mountains now. The Tearsmen can barely count past 9. They have neither the capacity nor the cause to close off the mountain passes. Either way, that leaves the 2nd and 4th cohort trapped outside the valley.
The Archon of War pounds his staff on the ground to punctuate his words. A large and imposing man to begin with. His profile is made larger still by his hulking suit of armor that hums with mystic energy.
Or it's the work of your perfidious Earthshakers. Only a fool would not suspect a traitorous Archon of poisoning the mind of his students with sedition. We would have killed the Earthshakers Guild for their master's treachery, but I'm sure you have some perfectly valid reason for allowing them to live as your pawns.
The Archon of Secrets passes a scepter between his hands as he speaks, twirling the rod in hypnotic circles. Emerald luminescence seeps from the seams of the Archon's ragged red robes. The glow is most noticeable where his neck ought to be. His mask seems to float and spin, never pivoting or bending naturally.
Hey, watch yourself. When these two get going, you don't want to get between them.
I'm here to proclaim Kyros' edict. The valley was sealed in preparation for this moment. Oh, look at that. They like me a little bit more, that's cool. The Queenslayer! Sensing your presence, the disfavored commander snaps into a firm salute. No doubt your presence here will strike despair into the hearts of our enemy. Lord Ash, Lord Narad, our guest is here. Okay, I'm gonna bow to them, I suppose. I could do that. Gain minor loyalty. Let me go look at it. Hold on, bow to the Archons. I don't know about that. Yeah, we'll do that one. How wonderful you could join us.
Wonderful you could join us, Quakebringer, Executioner of Cairn. You grace us with your presence. Here's hoping you have another edict for bringing childish Archons to heel.
Things are happening.
My soldiers tell me you helped Commander Drotus on your way through Edring. You honor the court with your selfless cooperation, for that is the sort of camaraderie that Kyros demands of us all.
Let's go look over here. I could bow to them. I would rather not. Are you all done bickering? I have an edict to proclaim.
My dear Binder, we won't be done bickering until the last of Ash's hair falls out. We'll pause for you to read your little missive. Go on, don't keep us all in suspense.
It seemed only yesterday you were proving your worth in battle, assisting my warriors in the siege of the bastard city. Now Kyros has chosen you for a second time to proclaim an edict. Tell us, good Fatebinder, what sort of punishment does the overlord have in store for the Oathbreakers?
Let's go look over here. Which one will I pick? It seems you need some encouragement to work together. Kyros' edict will end the lives of everyone in this valley unless Ascension Hall is claimed by Kyros' Day of Swords. The earth sways with each word you utter, the air thickening with warmth as you pronounce the tersely phrased commandment. It's every syllable drafted by the hands of Kyros. Oh, I did proclaim it, didn't I? Check that out.
The overlord means to compel us into action. No doubt the avalanches in the mountains are part of this ultimatum. We must conquer the Oathbreakers or die in failure. There is no room for error, and no other way out of this valley alive. We'll need to advance across the Mittani. We lose everything if we stand still, and we move to backup Plan Green. The Earthshakers didn't make it over the mountain in time, so we do this the hard way. Over the walls instead of through.
So you found your backbone at last! Oh, we were worried past humiliations would make you soft, timid. That was a record for you, right? The baker's dozen lost in one sortie. If you had waited for the chorus reinforcements, maybe we'd have eyes and ears on the matter.
The Fatebinder is right. We're acting not as leaders, but as children. I've no time for your foolish japes and petty taunts. We should focus on the objective at hand, and that is taking the Mittani River, and then advancing to Ascension Hall and ending this edict.
Alright, here we go. No more sitting idle. I expect this favor to be marching at once. Or what about over here? Voices of Narod, I trust you are done acting the clown and will have your horde ready to march with all haste.
Do not think for a moment that you can give us orders, maggot. Not unless you wish to discover new ways of feeling pain.
My Lord Barrick and his band have been drilled on the Echo Call assault plan. The Crescent Runners should be briefing him as we speak regarding the latest enemy movements along the river. I will dispatch him at once. Oh yeah, that guy. Oh, he's pretty cool. I like him, man. And I will ensure the chorus stands ready to march. If this favor can take the river, the chorus has the manpower to secure the outer ring of the valley. Fifth Eye, pretty cool name.
Our soldiers clamor for battle, and at last we shall have it. Verse, we command you to continue guarding the Fatebinder. Tunan's chosen is our honored guest, and must be shown our finest hospitality.
I won't let you down, boss. He'll get through the campaign in one piece, as long as he doesn't do anything too stupid.
Yeah. I have to watch out for her, though. I'm not a fan of that guy. A little bit too goofy.
The fool and his puppet are gone. Perhaps now I can hear myself think. Rarely do I question Kyros' judgment, but I will never understand why the voices of Narot is given such authority. I shudder to think what will become of us all should Tunon favor him in the end. Though the edict threatens the Scarlet Chorus just as it threatens us, I cannot shake the feeling that our allies will work against us. Queenslayer, I would ask that you join us in battle, if only for the satisfaction of your presence enraging the enemy. You've shown your worth in war, and your name has been known to the Legion since the very beginning of this long conquest. So I'd ask that you join us this one last time, to help us wrap up this last objective. If you wish to be counted amongst the glorious, speak with the Iron Marshal. She will direct the order of battle until we are ready for the final push into the Citadel.
I'm short a few scouts, short a few soldiers, short a few everything. I'm sure my brethren would be grateful for blah blah blah. Okay, well. Let's go look over here. More wrath? I mean, not really needed. I would be honored to help. Why not? The Archon Marshal salutes Graven Ash, then turns to leave the tent. I'll be at the training grounds readying the soldiers. Find me there when you are ready. She pauses, clearing her throat, and though I am loath to mention it, the Corps can likely use your assistance. They certainly won't secure the Outer Valley on their own. Fifth Eye will be somewhere in that rat's nest they call a camp due east. Seek them out if you must. Alright. Could we speak for a moment? Uh-huh. He would not like to talk. Oh, that's pretty cool. Broken Skull Mask. I'll take that. Until the Day of Swords. Oh boy. Alright, well then if I don't do that, we all die. That's pretty crazy, man.
On the lookout.
Oh, she would like to chat maybe? Hold on. Let's go back over here. I'm gonna chat with her in a moment. Wonder how I do that. Just like click on her. Here we go. How did you do that? Do what? Back in the Archon's war tent, you cast an edict as casually as reading a supply shipment. How did you do that? Well, I've done it before. I don't know why I didn't realize it earlier. You proclaimed the Edict of Stone in Azure. It blighted the entire realm, all to destroy the rebellious Archon. I can't believe that was you. That was me, alright. Well, call me impressed, considering that you've read the words of Kyros more than once. I'm surprised that you're even alive to tell of it. Your vocal cords should have been turned to ash by now. I'm not trying to make you feel uncomfortable. It's just worth recognizing what you've done. Not only are you Tunon's Fatebinder, you're the mouthpiece of the Overlord. It gives me plenty of reason to stick around. You're going places, and I want to see where they lead.
What do you need?
Are you a spy for the voices of Narat? Huh. I mean, does it even matter? You have to decide for yourself whether or not I'm worth trusting. It's keeping me along worth the risk that I'll spill the occasional word about what you ate for breakfast. Alright. Sure.
If you insist. I'm a Scarlet Fury. That should raise some flags for you. It means that I'm good at killing, and more importantly, that I enjoy it. What I won't enjoy are the pleasures of funerary rites packed with weeping mourners. Someday I'll fall in battle, and then they'll roll me into a mass grave or heap me atop a shit-stained wagon. One more anonymous, knife-riddled piece of meat. Until then, I plan to take whatever I can from life and have a little fun along the way.
Life? What life? As far as I'm concerned, I didn't exist before the course. There was some girl on a farm wearing my face and talking with my voice, but she wasn't me. Sometimes she would sneak out at night, take a scythe, and have some fun with the livestock. Oh, man. Lovely to know that about her. Okay, what about your feathers? We are getting awfully chummy, so I guess you deserve a story. My mother kept a messenger bird, Witterbeak. He was an angry old bastard. Spoiled from living the high life, squawked in my window every single night. Pecked my fingers while I fed him, only the fattest, juiciest mice. When I left the farm to join the Scarlet Corps, I wrung that ungrateful little fucker like a dish rag, plucked his feathers and gave his carcass to the mice. It felt like justice. It's pretty funny. How did you do? Okay, that's a good question. How did you get conscripted? How did I think you have the wrong idea about me. They didn't take you as a sobbing maid. Okay, you joined them on purpose. That's as naive a question as I've ever heard. Kyros is everywhere. If you aren't in the Overlord's army, you're being trampled by it. Yeah, that's fair. Of course, I could have labored on the failing farm into my maturing years, married some Dolan, littered him a nursery of skilling piglets, having my body torn to pieces by smaller versions of me. Sounds like fun. Oh man. And one day when I decided enough was enough, I slit my husband's throat over breakfast and run off to join a course anyway. Oh, alright. Yep, you are a killer. Unless you understand, the course praises and rewards the thing inside of me that I would suppress in civilized company. Life is too short to repress every desire, right? Especially if I have anything to say about it. One of your parents. Okay, your mother ran a farm. She never talked about your father. A merchant from the Northern Empire who took a liking to her, and she him. Alright, that'll do. I don't know if I want to duel her. Would you care to duel?
That would be an understatement, and I thought you'd never ask. Since you're obviously at a huge disadvantage, I'll let you pick our weapon of choice.
How about later?
Feel free to draw iron or bronze anytime. I'll be ready.
What do you think of those who defy Kyros? The Tearsmen can either fight or submit to Kyros' peace, and only one of those options captures my interest. I suppose I appreciate when they go down fighting. If they did otherwise, I would need to find another excuse to flay them. They need to understand whether we unify the Tears under a shared banner or at the bottom of a mass grave makes little difference to you, me, or Kyros. Okay, sure. Did you fight at any notable battles? I spent some time in Azure towards the end of the war. Beastmen ripped my unit apart. We thought they might be working under Karn's orders, but we never found out for sure. It's a pragmatic one anyway. This kind of course caught onto the idea at the beginning of the campaign. If no one objects that we're here to carve a bloody path for gain and amusement, then by all accounts, that is our purpose. Besides, unification is such a vague concept that Kyros allows a disfavored in the course to interpret it as they will. The overlord is concerned with results. I'm happy to focus on the details, especially if that means cutting off a farmer's legs while his family watches their land burn. Ha! Okay. No shame in taking pleasure in your work. Nah, I don't care. I mean, she's a murderer. What do I care about her craziness? I mean, I need her to murder for me, and it's about it. No, there isn't Fatebinder. I suspect that we're going to make something great together. A line of body stretching as far as the old walls. It's going to be beautiful. Alright. What are your thoughts on Disfavored? A war in the self-entitled children, so wound up in delusions of honor, they're likely to hang themselves by their own high standards. I wish they had stayed in the Northern Empire where they belonged. Then we could get some real work done here in the Tears. What about their leader, Graven Ash, right by us? Seen enough of that high-minded braggart to know that he's all duty, nothing but a charismatic, broad-shouldered scarecrow. He calls himself the Archon of War, though, by the way, he stalls his forces waiting for a better strategy to present itself. You would think he's afraid of battle. You would think that someone more deserving would take Ash's mantle from him, but the disfavored have this cult of personality built around their great general. In their eyes, he can do no wrong. You want them to choose their own leader. The voices of Narat changes. He's a multifaceted gem, and his Scarlet Course is a reflection of that beauty. If someone could rise up and strike down the voices, any of us would follow them in a heartbeat. Huh. Of course I do. First, I thought babying troops. Pain is a lesson best learned early. I conscript from the locals to bolster the front lines because why waste your elite on the vanguard? Then I leave any misplaced ethics back in the Northern Empire. Huh. You take away everything that makes them strong. It's a damn fine alternative where I'm standing. If all that strength couldn't end a siege, what good is it to anyone? Would that be so wrong? The course is accountable for itself in the ways that the disfavored aren't. Our weak die and the strong fight to keep their rank. The disfavored promote their waning bloodline and discipline any soldier with the audacity to show their teeth. Though they'd never admit it, the disfavored need a course to show them the way. I think we had a pretty good chat. Learned a lot. Oh, look at that, an Iron Walker helm. I'll take that. Don't mind if I do. Glad no one's mad at me. Whoa, I dig it. Yeah, I'm gonna wear that from now on. I want more of their gear. What's over here? A battle report. They'd probably be a little bit more liked by Kyros if they didn't bicker and fight so much. I wouldn't like that either. I'd be like, come on, chill out. You're good.
I got it.
Alright, let's go look around real quick before we leave. Welcome back, Fatebinder. Lucio was just mentioning that, only because you asked, that you've been a real asset to the disfavored ever since you arrived. Not that anyone expected different. What can we do for you? Okay, so we did have a good chat, and that's all I need to know. Yeah, it's me again. Yeah, we learned a lot. Okay, let's zoom out real quick. There's Bitter Quip. Oh, I can open that? Cool.
You learn something every day.
Alright, level up. Your character has earned enough experience to advance a level. With each level, your maximum health increases and your character is fully healed. You also increase one attribute of your character and purchase a new talent. Click on the level number on your character's portrait. Press C. Alright. With each level, you can increase one of your character's attributes: might, finesse, quickness, wit, vitality, or resolve. Each of these attributes provides benefits to your characters as well as increases one or more skills. Good to know. 1 point. What do I want to put it in? Might? I am pretty strong. What about over here? Resolve. Okay. To endure physical and mental challenges. I want to be tougher. Okay. Edict of Execution. Level up bonus. Commander's Will. I'll take that. What's over here? Talent points. There are 6 categories of talents available to your character: leadership, defense, power, agility, range, and magic. With each level, you gain 1 point to purchase a talent from any of these categories. Alright. Within a talent tree, each tier of talents unlocks based on how many talent points have been spent within that tree. To learn a talent, select its icon and then the save button to confirm your choice. Each companion has their own talent trees with unique abilities. Okay. Good to know. Oh, I need to be level 3 for anything under leadership. Alright. Range. There's not too much for me to do, I think. Shield Mastery. Staggering Force. Shield Slam. Hold on, I'm looking around. Magic. Not about that magic. A feint. Move faster in combat. Flurry of blows or Shield Mastery for now, I think. And done. Okay. Taking the Outer Valley. We can do that later. The Conqueror's Will. Forge Bound Iron. Not so much I can do for that yet. I can't create a spell. For the Mercy of Kyros, we don't have the soldiers in hunting through the trees. Sevius, what do you need? Fatebinder Tykus, am I right? I'm Sevis, commander and 3rd generation disfavored. Specifically, I'm Sevis the Younger. Some folks can't keep track. The rank says commander, but lately I'm just organizing patrols and trying to stay out of the way. You should talk to Iron Marshal if you have something official that needs discussing. What is it you need? I overheard you asking that Earthshaker where their reinforcements have gone. Is there a problem? I'm afraid so. Radix, the head of the Earthshakers, was supposed to arrive with a group of them, his most competent spell slingers, to help break the stalemate. I don't know what's holding up their arrival, and that worries me. Gain average favor. We don't need spellcasters, we're good. You do me proud, and would that I could agree with you with a full heart, but I can't ignore that mages are a critical asset of war. Grit and determination can shatter the most stubborn fortification, but mages can get the job done in half the time. I could lend a hand. Could you? I knew that Tunon's agent wouldn't fail us in a time of need. I'll mark the last known site of our Earthshaker reinforcements on your map. Good hunting, Fatebinder. Tell me about yourself. Okay. My father was Sevius the Elder. His father was Sevius the First of his name, lead drillmaster of Ash's first Iron Guard back when they were the Bronze Guard. I was born into the Legion, and with any hope I'll die in the Legion. Bronze Guard? Well, his day and age was a century ago, and he didn't have Kyros' modern luxuries like iron, so back then, the great general's inner council was known as the Bronze Guard. You should be proud of your pedigree. Thanks, but I try not to think about it too fondly. If anything, every time I screw something up, I wish I wasn't dragging the family name through the mud along with me. Okay. It should have been over real quick and simple. The first cohort arrived in the valley and went right for the kill, but that was before we knew the Vengerian Guard had sages and that water witch on their side. A bigger problem is the Scarlet Chorus. They eagerly conscript the Vengerian Guard, but I have no proof of this. But it seems they do very little to keep a watchful eye on these drafted Tearsmen. Okay. Life under Kyros or death under the army's boots. By all means, feel free to cut down those who would choose the latter. We won't be offended. Just so we don't mistake each other, I know what I'm saying carries an implication of treachery. I'm not making a formal accusation before Tunon's agent. I'm just voicing my gut opinion on the matter. Two armies haven't worked well together in years. What do you think that is? Come on, Binder. Seems like asking why beasts think. The disfavored are only too eager to deliver Kyros' peace to the Tears, while the Scarlet Chorus bring only mayhem in their wake. You can tell the voices, or you can tell me the voices of Narada has a plan, and I'll take your word for it. Huh. I wonder if we've been fighting the same war, soldier. I've seen Ash yank his precious soldiers away from more battles than he's won. If you want to call that progress, be my guest. Unless we find a way to work as one, I fear that the Scarlet Chorus will step in front of the Graven Ash's strategies at every turn. As far as I'm concerned, it seems like the Voices of Narad is here to amuse himself while the rest of us are here to do our job. Man. I have a new quest. There's Pentabor. Okay. When we are back, we're going to do more. If you have any ideas on how I can improve my gameplay, how I can improve my character, what I should buy, any of that, let me know down below. Your feedback is very important to me. Thank you for watching. I do hope that you're enjoying my Let's Play, and as always, until then.